Good morning. You're watching Nation Now with me, Tanima Biswas, and we have lots lined up over the next half an hour. But our top focus, of course, in this bulletin remains how to tackle the pollution menace in northern part of the country. Now, even as the national capital's air continues to fluctuate between very poor to severe category, Centre is going to hold an emergency meeting with the governments of Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab and Haryana today to discuss and come up with immediate steps to curb the rising pollution levels. Delhi government, on the other hand, will also submit a fresh action plan to the top court by this evening. These developments come on a day after Supreme Court rapped the Delhi government more for not taking enough measures to curb pollution in the national capital region. Meanwhile, the Air Quality Monitoring Panel will also hold a review meet on Supreme Court's directions. Subcommittee on Graded Action Response Plan, also known as GRAP, is expected to be part of the meeting. Let me go across to my colleague Ayushman for more on this. Ayushman, we can see that even today the air quality is fluctuating in several areas between very poor to severe in Delhi. And today there are a slew of meetings which are lined up because by evening a concrete action plan as per the orders of the Supreme Court has to be produced and submitted.
Yes, Tanima, in fact, right now also the thick layer of smog which we normally see in the national capital and the NCR region prevails, and this has also happened because of the dip in temperature today. The cold has increased, and the air quality index in the national capital currently, if you see, is at 389. It has actually increased. If you see, the situation has worsened. It actually fluctuates somewhere between 400 to 300, and today it has gone close to about 400, and which is in the severe category. In fact, if you see right now here, this is the project where the Central Vista construction is taking place, and currently the smog that is prevailing in the national capital is still engulfing the entire region, and this clearly speaks volumes of how much of the control measures have actually acted on ground, and the situation remains grim. It remains bad. The officials today from Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan are going to meet the Air Quality Management Commission's officials today to chart out a plan as to what will be happening in the near future, how the Supreme Court's response has to be drafted. That is also to be done. Delhi government on its part has said that they are ready to extend all their help. They have been doing it on ground, but that hasn't been satisfactory, and that is why we saw the Supreme Court wrapping up the government yesterday. How the situation will improve, what will happen on stubble burning, what will be the roadmap for future, that has to be decided in today's meeting, Tanima. So it is going to be an important meeting in which the top officials of environment from these states and centre are going to meet to chart out a plan as to how the air quality index of the national capital and the NCR region can be improved.
Right, before we let you go, Ayushman, any word from your sources, because you spoke to Gopal Rai yesterday. There was, besides, questioning Centre's data on stubble fire, he also, of course, said that they are ready to work with other states. But we've seen in the past that that has always been a bone of contention. But besides that, any other pointers that we've got from Delhi government sources on what they could be looking at? They've, of course, said they're ready to take lockdown-like measures, but that may not work. But any other details that we have of what could be part of this new plan they are charting out?
Well, Tanima, currently we are being told by the officials that somewhere on ground the wholesome approach adoption will be one point which the Delhi government will be stressing upon. They are saying that somewhere looking things for Delhi in isolation won't work. One has to look at the aspect of stubble burning, at the same time the vehicular pollution and also the dust pollution, and not just for Delhi. It should be also for the NCR cities like Ghaziabad, Gurugram, because their situation is also bad. Of course, it gets less attention as compared to the national capital. But what we are being currently told is that Delhi government will definitely be somewhere highlighting the important aspect of the stubble burning, because that is something which has been a larger contributor in past 20 days where the situation of air quality has decreased. And currently we are being told that somewhere only talking about the national capital and their measures and how this adoption of these measures of graded response action plan can also be implemented in the nearby NCR areas will also be discussed.
Right, Ayushman there bringing us the details and also, of course, tracking these key meetings on pollution which are lined up for today. Meanwhile, the 2021 Global Lancet Countdown report shows and has identified air pollution as a major cause of health threat. The report highlights premature mortality due to air pollution and how the climate change has affected health and air pollution, and that has in fact been identified as a primary health threat. According to the policy brief, the most common activities that result in particulate pollution are construction, demolition, mining, operations, agriculture, burning of fossil fuels in factories, power plants, diesel and gasoline-powered motor vehicles.